Hello and welcome to another episode of In the Stands. You are joined by myself, Adam Deadman, and my co-host, my
Hello.
honourable man to the right on my screen, who's probably to the
Thank you.
right
Thank you.
on everyone else's screen, Thomas Batt.
Magnus.
And guess
Back
who
again.
isn't here with us again? Charlie York is not with us.
No,
again.
this is getting bad now.
It's getting shocking. He called in sick this week. Someone else called in sick. We'll get into that later. But we know that Charlie York was apparently unwell, some rubbish again. So we just
need a team meeting after this.
We're going to need a team meeting. It's not good over here. It's
He's going to have to get a few fines.
It's quite upsetting. But we move and
stuck with us too.
Hopefully he's back next week. But for now, he's not with us. As I said, we move. We've got some stuff to talk about this week. And we're going to start off with the FA Cup. Quite a lot has happened in the FA Cup. Always happens. But we're going to start off with the Maidstone win against Ipswich. Maidstone won 2-1 against fairly promoted, up for promotion Ipswich.
Good informed Championship.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what the FA Cup's all about, though, isn't it? Teams like Maidstone, or just teams in that non-league section of the English tier, being able to pull off these type of wins against Championship or Premier League sides. What do you think? It's just the beauty of the FA Cup, isn't it?
Oh, mate, this is probably why this is the best. Even though you got Champions League and stuff like that, I think it's the best competition in the world. I just think you don't get this anywhere else. You don't get no National League teams beating Championship Premier League teams. This is why it is the best. I mean, now they've gone into round of 16 against. I know they probably would have preferred City or United away or something, to get the players, get the ticket sales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they've got Sheffield Wednesday, or what's the other team they've got? They're both Championship.
I'm not too sure. I can have
Coventry. But they could easily, if they've beaten Ipswich, you wouldn't put it past them if they could beat one of them two and head into the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. I mean, that would just be hilarious, really. But in fairness, I got to give it to them. They did win, but I don't know how. It
was two shots, 2 goals, wasn't it? I know one of their goals was just
30 plus shots.
Yeah, one of their goals was just a direct counter attack, which is what they, non-league football, even League 2 teams are known for being so direct.
Yeah.
So, but it is lovely for that, them teams to. It's not even about ticket sales. Obviously, understandably, FA Cup is good for any of clubs to just gain some money, get through the rounds, but also for the players. You've got to think some of them players have got work the next day. Monday to Friday, grafters, and if they draw someone like United, they can just go, well, I've just come against Bruno Fernandes this week. I just played against Casemiro. So that is the beauty of it. And again, I think they're National League South. I don't think they're actually National League, are they?
No, I think they are National League. I think they are. I remember them being in it. I don't know if they got. I remember they were in National League. I don't know if they got relegated or not. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they were with Wrexham and all that last season. Before, but even last season, remember? I can't remember. Was it the FA Cup last season when Wrexham went on that run?
I'm not too sure.
They lost to Sheffield United before we played Sheffield. Spurs played Sheffield and we lost, if you remember. Was that the FA Cup?
Might have been. I'm not too sure.
Might have been Carabao, but even that, really, both those competitions, they're just great that you get everyone involved.
Oh no, they are in the National South League, by the way. So
wow!
They're not even National League. Yes, they're 4th in the National South.
They must have got relegated from the National League last year.
Potentially.
Wow.
I think they might have done.
That even better.
Yeah. Wow. So I don't know if you remember, but Wolves legend George Elokobi manages them. He's their manager, who actually does look like a very decent guy. He looks at, he seems like he really wants good for the club. And again, FA Cup is that. I think it is good to bring in the money, bring in the the chance of meeting some amazing players and playing against them, etc. So it's a great story for Maidstone. How they did it is 2 goals, from 2 shots, 2 goals.
You know what? That's the game of football, and that's
exactly
why it's the best sport in the world.
Yeah,
that's why it's the best sport in the world.
Exactly. So a bit actually. Speaking of the Maidstone game, there was did you see that fan who celebrated? He started sliding down.
Oh
yeah.
He threw over on the first goal. He threw himself onto the roof, and he actually rolled off.
He sort of just slid down. But it was quite a chaotic week for fans in the FA Cup, which is going to happen because you've got Premier League mixing with League Two, you've got Championship mixing with National League South. So you are going to have these mix. But there was a few negatives of the FA Cup. One being the West Brom Wolves game, the derby. That didn't end very well for fans. In fact, some fan looked like Red Skull.
That was embarrassing.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people, so probably some people enjoy it because it's like, oh, it's a fight, but that was embarrassing. When I saw they started, having to bring, and when they found out there was football family in there as well, like some of the footballers' family was in there. But when the fact they were taking out kids, get them onto the pitch.
It's not really a big derby as well. It's not really worth fighting over. Do you know what I mean?
It didn't even seem like a derby the whole game until that second goal went in. And the fans decided, what, they're going to make it a derby.
And it wasn't even like it was an exciting. It was 2-0. It wasn't like it's 2-2. And
I just thought it was embarrassing.
Emotions are going crazy.
And you got that meme, the Red Skull guy. But I understand it, but at the same time, what did he get hit with?
I don't even. Honestly, I don't know.
His whole face just.
It was like everywhere.
Yeah, it was really poor. It was, that ruins football. That's not what football's about. Football, you can say all the verbal stuff you want. That's the fun of it, the chants, everything.
Yeah, exactly.
When it goes physical, it's just stupid. It's just drunk idiots just thinking.
Exactly. And it's just not even worth it as well. Like, I don't get wrong. I understand it's a derby, but it's not anything worth. It's not a huge derby. It's not a huge rivalry. It's West Brom Wolves. No one looks at it and thinks, "Oh, this could be mental."
Tottenham Arsenals I've watched and I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah,
never.
Other than, as you said, verbal chants, Eric Dyer, all this.
You get the few idiots that drink out and then they do stuff outside the stadium.
Yeah,
but at least it's not involving. Look, I'm not saying that I condone to that, but at least it's not involving kids and stuff like that. Like kids literally getting crammed into the corner.
Being in the stadium, out the stadium is different. I think
those kids have come to watch a game of football now. How do you think they feel after that?
Yeah,
they've just seen something in front.
But when you're in the stadium, so you can't really escape it, can you? It's sort of you're closed in all of it. There was another thing, wasn't there? There was
was it the Port Vale game?
Oh yeah, that is bad.
That's disgraceful.
Bad.
Do you know what that does as well? If people don't know about the Port Vale game, surely everyone knows because of the hectic week it was. But a fan actually ran onto the pitch and chased the referee. Yeah. If the ref didn't run away, we don't know what would have happened. We don't know if he would have hit the ref or not. But the ref ran away and the fan was taken off. But what I think that does is people are going to watch that and they're going to think, right, if they can do that on a big field, the championship teams, the League Two, all the professional teams, what they're going to do on grassroots football in the Sunday League?
Yeah, that's
that they can.
Well, there's stories.
It gives a bad image.
There's loads of stories of grassroots, instance of referees at that level who've been attacked, but there's not really much support because your line knows at grassroots the opposition's dad, and it's a captain's uncle or something, so they're not going to protect you. The players aren't necessarily going to protect you either because they haven't really got anything towards you. You are very much just out there on your own. And even
they wear cameras now, don't they? They do wear they have these little.
Well, I think it's optional at grassroots. It's optional grassroots. It's not really, But for me, the main thing that I was shocked by was the lack of help. Fans just running on the pitch. Firstly, how he's even got that far. I think he's come from the other end. The ref's down here, and he's come all the way down. No one's stopping him. No players going, I think it is a bit of like, what is he doing? Because he didn't really, he just he was just running, and then everyone I think realised that he's targeted the ref, but no one stopped him. Even it took a while for him to actually get stopped because the ref had to run off the pitch, and then the player sort of stepped
I think
in.
there was a manager that first stopped him.
Yeah. But that type of stuff, I think, is just it's.
The thing is, I understand why the players don't get involved.
Yeah,
I understand it to a degree because we've seen over the years, players get involved, they get sent off, or I mean, they're literally told not to get involved in any fan situation.
Well, I think it's more the fact you don't know what they're there for. They could be a streaker just trying to run on the pitch for laugh, or
it might be going up to the ref to hit the ref. But if you stop them and it's an opposition, fan, he might swing at you or something. I mean, we've seen it before with Jack Grealish.
Oh, Jack Grealish, yeah, true.
Yeah, so we've seen it all happen before. I mean, he's just an idiot, really. Luckily, the ref got off the pitch because God knows what could have happened if he didn't. But
it's bad.
Just stupidity, just complete. I mean, get banned for life. That's it. He's never going to another football game.
This is the thing as well: is we say the beauty of the FA Cup. You get Maidstone winning against Ipswich. You might get another underdog story, but these type of incidents just ruin that beauty.
I'm pretty sure this all happened after the Maidstone game as well. So you just had that amazing beauty of a game.
Yeah.
And you just get the stupid people after just do this dumb stuff, and it's embarrassing.
For me, it's not even work. I think he just gave a throw in and then just nearly got attacked. It's like he's not done anything. Like nothing happened in that game. Whether he's doing a bad job or you think he's doing a bad job, whatever. You can't come onto the pitch.
It's a job. Mistakes happen.
Exactly.
He probably makes mistakes in his job all the time.
Yeah, and no one's coming sprinting up to him from behind.
Imagine him being in the Prem with this VAR at the moment. God, what's he going to go? Head to the VAR office and take them all down? Like, it's just a job. Like, people make mistakes. Obviously, he might have been having a really poor game, making more mistakes than usual. It doesn't mean he deserves to be decked and be hit. He's not done anything to affect you that badly. It's just it's mental.
Well, obviously we hope nothing else happens like that in the future of the FA Cup. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, less of the game, more of a situation around it, was the United game. I watched the game. I don't know if you watched it.
What did you think?
Well, as we'll speak about the game first, I thought it was very interesting. If you link back to the Maidstone game, as we were talking about, how they got 2 shots and 2 goals, it wasn't. I'm not saying it's identical to the Newport United game, because I think Newport had a few more chances, but they were still 2 goals, and I think they didn't look like they had many shots. They saw a bit more of the ball than I thought they might have done. I thought in the second half,
a little bit,
and when they got their 2 goals back, I thought, they're becoming a bit confident. So
they did get a bit of confidence,
but that's just from being direct. I think that's the point I was going to make.
In fairness, as you said, the beauty of the FA Cup, that's what happens. You don't know who can beat who, but United did dominate that game. I mean, it could have been, as Ten Hag said, I heard his press conference, as he said, it could have easily been 5-0 in that first half, 6-0. I mean, if Garnacho, passed it to Højlund.
I feel so bad for Højlund. I feel so bad for him.
I mean, I kept watching the game over and over again. We spoke about this 2 weeks ago, I think, with Adam Mathine from the Rose Ed podcast, and he said Garnacho's overrated, and I do agree. He's just a bit.
I agree.
He's just a bit selfish, isn't he?
I think it was me who said he's overrated. I think Athene did as well. But my opinion on Garnacho, is the amount, and even with both wingers, Anthony or whoever's playing the wing spot, Højlund just doesn't get the service, and I feel that's why I feel bad for him, because as a striker, sometimes you don't just want to be played through on goal. You want to be involved in the build-up. You want to be able to just set people up. You might want to just lay off, 1-2, which is what he did with Rashford in the Spurs game. Yeah, the 1-2 easy Rashford finish. That's the type of. I think that's what you'll get out of Højlund. He's quite strong. He's big. He's physical. So if you play the ball, if you get the ball to his feet, he could hold up play very well. He could definitely create something, whether it's just a little one touch into the space that allows you to drive into, But But
Yeah.
neither of them do it. Even Anthony doesn't do it. Honestly, I think the bicycle kick has worked wonders for Garnacho, because I think that's a side that not many people see.
Do you know what I get off him? I just get a Lamella vibe off him.
What, Garnacho?
Yeah, he's just like the same country, just an impact sub. He's just a very good impact sub. I don't think he's good enough for United at that level. Don't get me wrong, he can beat a player.
That's why I think he's overrated. That's why I think he's
But we've
overrated.
seen him. Look, when he plays the good fullbacks, he can't get past them. We've
Yeah.
seen it time and time again. You know, when he's played any of the big six fullbacks, Adogi, Arsenal's, I think it was Ben White at that time, you know, Cities, he can't get past them because he's not. I mean, he is still young, but you know, there's still young players in the Prem and they can do it. And I think that just, you know, it just separates the best from the best. And again with Højlund, yeah, I do get what you mean. Don't get me wrong, I think he'd be good for United and he does need service. But if he wants to get better, sometimes, and this is what separates the very best in the world from okay or the good, is they make their own chances.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like,
if you think of I get what you mean, but if you think of all the best players in the world, you know, like the best strikers in the world, so you got your Haalands, your Kanes, like even when Haaland was at Dortmund, they make their own chances, they do their own thing, especially Kane. I mean, if you're going to look up someone, he's one. He made his, and Lewandowski as well. He done it. Benzema does it.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, but I feel like eventually they all gain their, like Haaland's thing is getting in behind.
Yeah, of course. Right? Of course. That's his game plan.
Kane is dropping in deep. I feel like Højlund's, it's just pure hold up. I think,
but Kane did change his style, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did change style.
But that's what
he changed his style because he wasn't getting the service.
Yeah,
that's
however,
what actually happened.
I do think. Look, he's young. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
even still, you've got to be saying you've still got to find. Look, okay, here's the thing with Kane, right? It's dropping deep, yes, but you lose a number in the box. I think United need that number in the box because Fernandes ain't going to get in there. Fernandes doesn't get in there. He's a deep line playmaker. All the time he's looking to get the ball from deep in weird areas of the pitch. Sometimes you see him out wide. So he isn't going to get in the box. So who is? You know, you just need to. I think they need to work on that service.
Well, there is one that could get in the box, but speaking of him,
so speaking
there was
of him,
one that would be a very
Marcus
good,
Rashford.
You know, if you're going to do a Kane-Son partnership, sort of vibe with Højlund and Rashford.
Marcus Rashford is called in sick.
I'll leave him off. He's ill.
He's ill. Oh, hang on. Wait 1 second. He's only in Belfast, living it up for 12 hours.
Well, technically, you're going to have tequila for 12 hours. He hasn't lied exactly. I mean, you are going to be ill, aren't you?
Yeah, but still.
He's just not ill in the way that we thought he might be.
Sorry, but that is... Right. In my opinion, he's... So let's look at the consequence of his actions, right? So he's been fined... what was it? 650,000?
2 weeks' wages.
2 weeks' wages. Right, so 650 grand. Let's be honest, he wipes his ass with that. That's
that's his earnings in 2 weeks.
Yeah, which ain't going to affect him because the next week, the following 2 weeks, he gets it back. He's balanced out, so it doesn't matter, does it? But for me, the protection of Rashford is unreal. That if it was Sancho, if we're thinking if it was Paul Pogba back in the day,
oh man,
this would have been mental. Paul Pogba would have been absolutely. Graham Souness would have been all over this. That man,
Roy Keane, everyone.
all get him gone. Blah blah blah. Rashford is sort of protected. It's like guardian angel.
He comes from the academy. He's a United boy.
It's just a load of rubbish, though.
Etc.
It's a load of rubbish.
Yeah, it is poor because poor Sancho didn't even get a chance. One thing happened, and all this. And do you know what the saddest part is? Do you know what the saddest?
Yeah.
In the end of the day, Rashford, this will happen. Ten Hag, I don't think, has done anything wrong. He's doing. I mean, he could have maybe handled his press conference a bit better. I thought. Instead of, because he used the word, it's an internal matter.
Yeah.
If he just, that makes everyone think, as soon as someone says, oh, it's internal matter, you're like, okay, well, something's happened,
Mm.
you know. But if he just goes, oh, he's ill, that keeps it internal anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's ill, no further questions, stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know, it didn't help us there. But what do you think with Ten Hag? 'Cause this is the, you know, you've had the Ronaldo situation.
Yeah.
Now you've had Sancho. Now you
Right.
know, you technically did have Maguire to a certain degree,
Yeah.
and now you've got. And the only reason Maguire came back is because of the injuries United had. Really, Ten Hag wasn't going to give him a chance.
Mm.
And now you've got Rashford. So
His
is this a Ten Hag problem, or is this a player? You know, is this Man United as a whole? Is this a player problem?
my opinion on Ten Hag is I do think I think he's a good man. I think he's a good coach. He's good.
Yeah.
He's clearly a very tactical minded coach. Very,
Yeah.
you know, he's got his ways of thinking. I do think if he had the right players, because I do think there's players in that team who I don't think fits Ten Hag's system or, you know, his methods. I think he can work wonders. He got him a trophy last year, so he's definitely a good coach.
Yeah.
But for me, there's always a difference between a coach and a manager. A manager is someone who does it all. They can work with the mental sides, the psychological aspects as a team. A manager, they can manage the players as well as coach them. I don't think he's a good manager. He's clearly fallen out with so many players. Don't get me wrong, I think standards needed to be set at United. Too many players, as we have seen in the last 5 to 10 years. Last 5 to 10 years, a lot of players have gotten away with a lot, and a lot of players should have seen, you know, more consequences for their actions. You know, that I think he's definitely come in and he set the standards. He's put some enforcement. He's put his foot down. However, what I don't agree with is when certain people get different treatment when something that's happened, the situations are very similar.
Yeah.
As you said, this was Sancho. Nothing's internal, as it wasn't. Sancho was
in
publicly.
Fairness, that wasn't Sancho's fault.
He was public. Whether it's his fault or not, he was publicly embarrassed by Ten Hag. Whether you agree with it, whether you don't, the fact is he was. And then when you get someone like Rashford, who that's his fault. He's gone out again. This
isn't the first Rashford incident.
This is my point. You can't let someone get away with something who you've just got rid of someone because they've done the exact same thing. And Sancho I can't remember what Sancho's thing wasn't. Wasn't it? It was just more training hard enough. Late to training standards like that, which I understand, right? Like
at least he's turning up.
Yeah, but it's so this is the thing, it's unfair, and fairness is a big thing in teams, because that's how you start getting protests. You start getting these little subgroups in the team where they want to go against you.
The dressing room.
Exactly, because how is it fair if I'm working, if I'm working my arse off, but I'm not getting in over Rashford, who's going to be Ten Hag said he's back in the team. I can't remember what game they've got this week, but he's back in the squad. Again, publicly come out, it's an internal matter, but he's back in the squad. Sorry. That's just completely unfair.
Back in the squad doesn't mean exactly that he's going to be in a starting.
But still he's on the bench.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he's going to start.
Okay.
Or he's going to come on.
Yeah, but he's on the bench.
You do remember, though, he did this just... Do you know, the only thing I respect is the fans at the moment. Not one fan is... a lot of fans, actually, for some reason, still against Ten Hag. But in this situation, I do respect that some fans have actually, and a lot of fans have seen what Rashford is doing, and they've realised, they're not treating him like, he's our...
he's 25, 26. Yeah, I know you mean. Yeah.
They're treating him like he doesn't deserve to play. And a lot of fans have said this. They say he doesn't deserve to play, even with his performances as well. That's the worst part about this, is how bad his performances have been.
Yeah.
And the worst part is, as losing the dressing room, as we said, in the end of the day, Rashford's going to have more on his side.
Yeah.
And you know what's going to happen? he's going to be like Rashford's going to stay, and Ten Hag's going to be out the door.
Yeah,
and that's how it's going to go.
And that's the thing that's just so it's unfair. As I said, look, I think that Ten Hag is a decent coach. He's
a good coach.
His methods, what he's done. If you look at his accolades, what he did with Ajax, he's got United a trophy last year, right? He got them top 4, which again is probably been their best success.
No one expected that
since Mourinho, right?
Yeah,
which has been a very long time. But as I said, as a manager, the way he manages the players, I don't agree with. If this was happening at Chelsea, where someone is doing what Rashford's done, don't care. Personally, I wouldn't care if he's an academy boy. You're getting paid 325k a week. Whether you're coming up against Newport, whether you're coming up against this, because this is what happened. He's gone, John, I can't be asked to play Newport. I don't want to do it. I'm just going to go out. I'm going to get absolutely messed. I'm going to call
he was actually, I know the news. He went up to visit a friend at a club, and that was allowed. That was accepted by the club. To be back, but he could come back. So he was going to miss training with that. That was fine. They weren't annoyed about that. The fact they were annoyed was before the match, he was supposed to be back, that he'd gone out drinking, and and as you said, he was like, "Oh yeah, I can't be asked anymore," and really, that was it.
Yeah, but even still, I feel like that's just unfair. Because no one else would have had that treatment. Let's be honest, no one else would have had that treatment.
No, of course not. That happened. I mean, as you say, though, I do agree with you. Ten Hag, tactically great. But if you think of other managers that have come in the Prem, so think of Pep straight away, the best manager probably in the world. He's the best manager in the world. Yeah. Great coach tactically. Changed football really, probably one of the best at it. But great with players as well. Great actual manager.
Yeah.
I mean, look what he did to Sterling.
That's my point. Is that player management?
Who else? Let's go to the next person. Arteta, for example. You have to give it to him.
I think that's one of his key traits.
He has a young squad, and he's managed to make them a good team. Ange Postecoglou, Spurs as a good example. Spurs last season, and Conte is the perfect example. Great tactical manager, but as an actual hand to hat, to play, manage to play, he's terrible. I mean, that club collapsed because of him. Completely collapsed, and then Ange comes in, and look at the difference. It's not even just the, we've got a different tactical. It's more forward, but you can tell the players are actually and I think everyone, even other fans, really like him.
Well, that's what happened with
perfect example.
That's what happened with Conte at Chelsea. He lost Costa.
Yeah,
our best striker, someone we've not really been able to replace since. He lost a lot of people in that dressing room. I think if Ten Hag, just to conclude this, I think Ten Hag's done the right thing in terms of putting his foot down. He needs to set standards. Too many players are getting away with things. But what I don't agree with is players like Sancho, who, haven't. I agree with how, I do agree that he should have faced some form of punishment. I do agree with that. Because, you can't be late to training. You can't be lowering the standards. However, what I don't agree with is someone who's just done that, not for the first time, pretty sure not for the second time, he's done it many times now, is getting away with it. He's not being sent out on loan. He's currently on 325k a week.
Yeah.
That
probably more with bonuses as well.
Exactly, yeah. Oh yeah. And they're probably nice bonuses as well. Like reach 10 goals and we'll give you another 100 grand. Like
he's not getting that.
Well, I mean, but you never know, he might do. Purple patch player, isn't he? So but yeah, look, it's not fair. And again, that's what loses the dressing room, because you've got players like Dalot who they're consistent. They seem like a key man in the dressing room. They're probably always early to training. They're always hitting targets. But then you have Rashord, who will just get in the team if he's done something wrong. It's not fair.
If Rashford stays like this till the end of the season, as good as a player he is, should Man U clear him out the squad?
I think it's a tough one, because if you can, if you can fix him, fix him,
that's a big if though.
It's a big if, but if you can fix him, he can be one of the best players in the league.
This is what we said for years for Dele Alli.
Yeah.
And we couldn't fix him. He even got a chance anyway. He got fixed again with Mourinho, and he was on a bit of form.
It's a tough one because I think if you get rid of Rashford, you probably could get a lot of money, but I don't think there's many teams who take him.
Oh no, there's teams that take him.
Really? Who can afford him? Who can afford him? What, 325k a week?
Yeah, teams to take him. He might have a wage drop, but a lot of teams out there, big teams will take him. He's still Marcus Rashford. He's still got a name.
Yeah, but
he's still.
I think they struggle to afford the.
Maybe the price would be difficult, but I reckon in the end someone will go for him. If it's Bayern or something like that, he might have to go into the Bundesliga, but even AC Milan maybe. If Rafa Leao goes.
What would you think? What do you reckon?
Well, being in sort of a similar player's shoes with me supporting Spurs and Dele Alli, I know he wasn't on youth academy, Dele Alli, but he still felt like that because we brought him in when he was really young, and he was probably, if not probably, was what Foden should have been.
Yeah,
what Foden is now. Sorry, my mistake. He's one of the best English midfielders in the world. I mean, he would have been probably where he was back then was Bellingham's shoes now, kind of. In a sense, he was worth over 100 million, and then he started dropping off. And for years, I was even in the same shoes. For years, even when he wasn't doing good, I was like, "Oh, we can't get rid of him. He can still be good. He can still be good." And in the end, it turns out the better option was to just let him move on because the wages we were playing and stuff like that. And I know, you don't know what happened because obviously we found out now what's happened in Dele Alli's life. So you can't judge it by his cover. But if it's affecting his football and it's affecting the club, then got to move on. We don't know what's going on with Rashford's life at the moment, but this is a few instances.
Well, I mean, it seems now. It seems
you can't just
okay.
keep getting rid of managers over a player. You can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. So another thing with that, actually, that's an interesting point, is that if the player's bigger than the manager, then for me, no matter who you get in, no one's going to fix them because they're always going to be bigger. It's like Mbappe with PSG. No matter who comes in, unless you get rid of the bigger player, you can't really. You're not going to succeed.
If you actually think. That's what PSG done. They got rid of all their big players because Mbappe didn't want them there.
Yeah. Well,
I think
it was the same thing with their managers as well. I think he potentially has a say. And there's something in the contract that says he has a say in what players can go and what managers and what coaches, etc. Yeah, so I think it's a
sad thing about football.
It is.
Players with that much talent and they just want to take control and stuff like that. And it's not about that. You shouldn't have to go on, a player's just how good they are. If they have terrible attitude, it's like in school. You could be the smartest kid in school, but if you've got a terrible attitude, they won't keep you.
Yeah, exactly.
They won't keep you.
And work.
That's how schools are strict. This is what footballers have got to be. And this is what Ten Hag's doing at the moment. He's being a bit stricter, but it's how the club are going to agree with it. That club's all over the place at the moment. But then again, I think the Glazers would happily sell Rashford, take the money and dip.
Potentially, and they need it as well. And he's homegrown, so it helps more with FFP.
I mean, how much did you reckon? 80 million at this point?
Potentially, maybe a bit less, maybe 60. I think 60 around there.
Yeah,
but I think it's tough because I don't think any team can afford that. And I think.
Would you take him at Chelsea?
No,
you wouldn't take him at Chelsea. No,
I don't think he. My biggest thing with Rashford is. Don't get wrong, he is like on his day, and when he can find that patch of form, he is one of the best wingers in the world, 100%.
Oh yeah, he's up there. He's got everything to be.
Towards the end of last year, he was unreal.
Yeah.
Right, but the problem with that is you're going to put 60 mil on a player who will bring that for a few games. And also, my thing is I think he just becomes a disruption to the club.
Yeah.
The wages is unfair. We'd have to keep up with that brackets. I doubt him and his agent want to go below. Because in his head, what's the point of leaving United if, I'm still playing in England. I'm still, I've had to move. now I'm now living in London. So, in my opinion, I wouldn't want him. I think he'd be a good addition to the team, of course. At the same time, I wouldn't want him.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
I'm glad this. It sounds bad. I'm glad this is happening to United. It's about time, and because people used to play for United not because the money they get, but because of who it is. It's you wear that badge. You are Man
one
United.
of the biggest clubs in the world of all time.
Ever since Fergie's gone, you've brought in players that come into this club to the name, but they just get the wages and they just don't care to play at the club. It's not the badge, it's the money at this point. And I'm glad this is happening to United. So I hope they're starting to see, and maybe with the new owner as well might help. But this is the big thing where United's gone wrong. They're bringing in players for money, not players for the badge. Varane and Casemiro, great additions, but they don't care that much about playing for
100%.
United. They're just there for the late, they're still top players, but they're just there for the money. They're at the end of their career. You want to bring in players like, I'm not saying it's like a good example, but he's not good enough. But someone like McTominay, he doesn't play for the money he's on. You can see he steps on that pitch and plays for that badge at Man United. And that's what it used to be like. Every single player, came off, that Beckham documentary here, everyone loved to be at that club. Beckham didn't even want to leave that club, not because he's not on bad money. So he went somewhere else, I think LA, and was on the best money ever.
Yeah.
But he just loved that club, and that's what I'm glad starting to happen. United, I know it's falling apart, but it will fix up, and it's getting rid of these people. It's doing what Spurs had to do this season: clear all the dead wood, clear all the people that doesn't care to be at that club, and get people that will fight for that badge. Yeah, because that's what's happened at Spurs now. We've brought in these players like Porro. Never had a player really like him come on the pitch and really get him behind the fans. Love the badge. That's what you need. That's what United need right now. Bruno is captain. He's a great player, but does he really want to fight for that badge? He doesn't look like.
He just looks like moany. Yeah.
He just moans. That's not a captain. Don't get me wrong, unbelievable player. I don't know where United would be without him. But, but he's not a badge fighter. You want people that are going to come in. Maybe they need more English players. I know it sounds stupid, or like British players, because
someone who actually understands the value of the club.
A lot of their club is not even English. I don't actually. Do they have a player in their starting 11 that's English? Actually, he's a good example. Maino.
Yeah.
How he plays.
Well, Luke Shaw's where you got Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw plays for that badge.
Yeah.
He plays for that
badge.
Yeah, I think. Onana, he's definitely come for money.
Yeah, maybe. But I think he's just not good enough, is he?
Harry Maguire is a captain. He's a leader. I don't care what people say. He's someone that fights for that badge.
Yeah.
Every time he steps on that pitch, he don't care. He couldn't care if he was on $100,000 a week. He just wants to be the best player he possibly can be, and that's what I respect. And do you know what? I think that's what some English players bring.
Yeah.
I
think it's the understanding that they
understand.
Yeah, exactly.
The club. They come in and they want to fight, and I think maybe there's too many internationals. I'm not saying not all of them, because some teams, City perform well without it, and stuff like that, but it's just Spurs as well now, but. Just maybe bringing some more English players that will fight for that badge. They understand what
players, homegrown players.
Yeah, this is what Arsenal had to do.
Yeah,
Arsenal had to do it. They did a system. You guys, it's starting to work now. Look at Gallagher. I mean, that's a leader.
Yeah,
that's someone that fights for the badge. Just stuff like that. That's what you need. Just maybe some more homegrowns.
Well, talking about someone who has, he's been at the club for a long time. He's fought for the badge. He's been at one with the fans. Jurgen Klopp. He's announced that he's going to leave Liverpool at the end of the season, and it's actually quite, it isn't obviously not upsetting on my behalf because I'm not a Liverpool fan. But what I will say is that it is definitely sad to see him go. He's definitely been such a big part of the last decade. His rivalry with Guardiola, that era of football that he's had with Guardiola, it's been great. So it is definitely sad to see him go. He's been arguably one of the best managers in the world for the last 10 years. I mean, he's won a Champions League, he's won everything. Yeah, so he's been unreal. I'm sure if Yorks was here today, we'd catch him with a tissue in his hand, bringing it close to his eye, tearing up again. But he could bring success to the end of the year for Liverpool. To be fair, they're still in first,
possibly. He's on the line
potentially.
So.
Carabao Cup final as well. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
But what do you think of it? It is sad to see him go, right?
It's sad because don't get me wrong, as annoying of a manager he was good. He was bloody good.
Yeah.
He was, and do you know what? He did give a bit of fight in every game. Like when I watched Tottenham, Liverpool, even that controversial one at the start of the season.
Yeah.
There was always Klopp on the sidelines and going at each other. Even Ange had a bit of it. It's what he brings to the game, and it is good. I do enjoy it. That's what it's better than watching a manager just stand there with his arms folded on the line. He really has
he's very passionate. He's very passionate.
He's such an Ange. That's what you love in a manager.
Yeah,
he's so passionate, and you are going to miss that. You are going to miss him on the sidelines doing that. But we've still got one more game against them at our end, so hopefully he can give us a show.
But it is nice to see that I think everyone has had that same reaction to Klopp leaving. Everyone is. I saw the news on my on a BBC Sport notification.
Yeah,
I was a bit like, is this clickbait or like is this actually?
Yeah, no, it happened,
and it was actually happening.
At the same time, and it went on like breaking news.
Yeah, so it will be sad to see him go at the end of the year, but the main thing that I want to talk about is potential replacements. Yeah, because there are a few names out there who are Liverpool, one of the most attractive clubs in the world.
I know people get upset that Klopp is going. Don't get me wrong; he's been very successful. But I don't think I think there's been a lot of people getting annoyed with Liverpool fans at the moment. I get it's upsetting that Klopp's going, but at the same time, you're still Liverpool. Like you're still
but it's sad to see.
I know, but they're still going to win. They're acting like it's over for them. Like they're still going to win trophies in the next decade.
Yeah. But I think that managerial change can sometimes last years.
Yeah, no, I do get it. But they're gonna I promise you, even when they change manager within the next decade, they will still win something because they're just Liverpool. They attract the biggest players.
Yeah,
that's just what they do.
Yeah,
so I do. They need to stop crying or panicking too much. But I understand why they can be upset. Klopp.
Yeah. Oh, if this was me and my, I was getting emotional over Conte leaving.
Yeah.
Well, not emotional, but I was I was upset about that. Tuchel as well. I was upset about Tuchel.
And then you won what? Champions League season later.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was upset about Tuchel as well. Tuchel broke my heart. Yeah. So I can honestly, I'm with them.
Sounds crazy. You'll win something else. I mean, you've still got a chance of winning something this season. You'll win something else in the next decade.
Yeah. But it's still a sad moment in time. But let's get back onto the replacement side of things. So there's a few names. The first one I'm going to start with is Bayer Leverkusen manager, former Liverpool player, Xabi Alonso, Spanish maestro. And you're saying has to?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Go on. Because I've got an alternative opinion.
I think he's an unbelievable manager. Already suits the Liverpool play style. I mean, if you look at over in Bayer Leverkusen, Grimaldo and Frimpong in the left back and right back position, getting goals, assists, instantly suits Liverpool's tactic. Robertson, Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah.
The classic left back, right back role already works. He lost one of his good players last season, DRB.
Yeah.
It was a big impact and hasn't affected him at all. Top of the Bundesliga still, I believe. And the fact that he's played for Liverpool, so he has that heart. He has that heart for Liverpool already. That sleeve for them. So I instantly think he is the perfect candidate. He just suits them.
Yeah.
A lot, I think. How about you?
I think
young also, I must say. Young.
Yeah. Okay, right. The thing is about Xabi Alonso, you can 100% see that he is a great manager from the work he's doing at Leverkusen. To think that before they had Alonso, they was near the relegation zone in the Bundesliga to where they are now. Yeah. He's clearly a great manager. However, one thing I would say is clearly, I'm not saying that he's on the same level as Gerrard and Lampard. Obviously not. Because if you gave Gerrard and Lampard that job, they'd sink Leverkusen to the ground. Yeah. But I still think, as a young manager, you need time. you need time.
You need time.
Um,
Liverpool would give him time, would they not? They gave Klopp time.
I mean more for an experience side. I think you can't take on. Here's the thing, right? Leverkusen are a big club in Germany, but they're not in the world. They're not huge.
No, I do get.
I think, and what you've got to remember, there's not a lot of big personalities in that team, other than, let's say, Xhaka, but he was new as well. You know, he came, Xabi Alonso. I think if you're young and you're entering look, Liverpool is one of the biggest clubs in the world of all time. You know, entering that is a very big challenge, and you're going to have a lot to bounce off as well. You think you've just lost one of the most successful managers, one of the best managers across the last decade.
Yeah.
So then to try and bounce back from that is going to be difficult. I think.
Who do you think?
Steven Gerrard.
You're joking, right?
I'm joking. Sorry.
Okay,
I'm not.
do you know what? I wouldn't
see. For me,
I would bring Gerrard in though. I would bring Gerrard in as like an assistant or like a coach.
Nah, for me, and this is genuinely who I believe. I think De Zerbi. What? Why? No, you're just shaking your head. Tell me why.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you just literally told me about experience and stuff.
You
like
joke?
that.
He's had so many years as manager. Though.
Yeah, I know.
He's been at Shakhtar Donetsk. He's been at Brighton. Yeah, he's had years.
He's at Brighton. He plays good, attractive football.
Yeah,
but he's still not yet cut out for the Liverpool job. I don't
really.
I just don't. I don't. I think Alonso would be a much better suit than De Zerbi.
He might be a better suit, but I think he'll struggle because
I rate De Zerbi, but at the same time, there's something about him that I just think would kill Liverpool in a way.
No, I completely do. I think you get a very exciting, passionate manager who has had years and years of experience. We're talking work he's done in Italy.
We've seen this before already. He's Graham Potter.
Yeah, but he's not great with De Zerbi. He's not Graham Potter. It's not the same person.
More or less are.
No, they're not. De Zerbi.
They did the exact same thing.
No, De Zerbi has had so much more experience. Like so much more. I think. Like it. Yeah, I genuinely think.
Let me ask a question. This season.
Yeah.
In managers wise, does he go in your top 5?
Who, De Zerbi?
Yeah.
What, in the league or in the world?
League.
Well, no.
No. What would you say?
No, but that's irrelevant. That's completely irrelevant.
Why is that irrelevant? You want to bring in a manager that's not even a top 5 in the Prem?
Yeah, but he was last year. He was last year.
Was he?
Yes. 100%.
Go on, name the top 5 last year.
Well, you got to go Pep.
Yeah.
You've got to go Unai.
Yeah.
Then Eddie Howe did a good job with Newcastle.
Yeah. Arteta.
And then you'll probably De Zerbi.
You wouldn't put Klopp in there?
No, because Liverpool didn't do that well last year. They got 7th, 8th.
Okay, what about Ten Hag?
Yeah, but he just won. Well, that good though, was he?
Well, he won a trophy and he got on top 4, so you got.
Yeah, but you've got to think during the middle of the year, during the middle of the year, he did well.
Deserved 2 seasons in a row. Hasn't got top 5 managers in the Prem, and you think he's cut out for the Liverpool job?
Yeah, I think he's still cut out. Yeah,
I would leave him at Liverpool. I'd leave him at Brighton for a season more or 2 seasons, see what he can do.
But I do that. But I think do the same for Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, but no offense, but he's just done exactly what Ten Hag's done at the moment. No offense, in a way. No. When you think of it, I know Ten Hag's
who De Zerbi.
Listen, so De Zerbi came in, right? De Zerbi came in and he done in that first season unbelievable job at Brighton. Unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
I know they're not the same club, but unbelievable. This season, not so good. You know,
they've had so many injuries though.
Yeah. So, but okay. Listen to this. Okay.
Yeah.
Have Man U, I know they're a different club, but have Man U not had the same amount of injuries or bad injuries? They have, haven't they?
But this is unreal. You're comparing. Think about it. Listen to yourself. You're comparing
I know about the
Manchester
difference.
United to Brighton.
I know. But I'm just thinking of managers wise. But Ten Hag's all the way in trouble. You know, he's the one. You know.
Yeah.
I know it's because he's at United, but all that he
spoke
had
about
similar seasons. But De Zerbi apparently is the one for Liverpool, even though he's not
Yeah,
having a great
because
time.
look at what he's using. Look at what he's got to facilitate himself with.
Yeah, but he had that last season. He had
but
the same more or less facilities last season.
Yeah,
the only
but
person he's missing Matoma. Admit that he's missing Matoma.
He's missed Estupinian for half the season.
He's back now, though.
Yeah, and he's doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had a lot of injuries.
They've got that João Pedro in. He's a quality player.
And they're doing well in Europa League.
They are missing Sonny March.
Got Europa League! Got Europa League!
Are they Europa League or
Conference? I think they might
League?
be conference. They might be conference.
Yeah.
But still, no, they're Europa League, aren't they?
No, because I think Aston Villa's Europa League.
No, Aston Villa's conference.
Oh, maybe they did get Europa.
I'm pretty sure they did. Let me just double check. I'm fact checking.
I mean, they're not going to win it, are they?
Who knows? Why can't they?
Because West Ham and Liverpool also in the same competition, and Bayern Leverkusen.
We'll see. We'll see when they get.
Let's see if Brighton and Bayern Leverkusen come against each other. Let's see.
Yeah, they are currently in the Europa League. Currently in the Europa League, they top the group for starters.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay. Name their group.
Marseille, Ajax, and Athens.
Okay.
Yeah.
No offense. You've said that like their quality. You know,
Marseille and Ajax. I mean, come on.
Okay, Marseille aren't the Marseille of last season because they've been terrible in the league.
Yeah.
Okay, Ajax are at their worst they've ever been.
But still.
And Athens are.
But they've still topped the group though.
Yeah, I would expect them to. You're telling me you wouldn't expect them to?
So De Zerbi's done what he's supposed to do then?
Yeah, but he's not doing it in a
Would you have thought United would have at least finished third in their group, surely?
Yeah, third.
Second.
I didn't think
they finished bottom?
Yeah, they did.
So this comparison to Ten Hag's irrelevant then?
Well, no, yeah. Well,
right,
no,
okay.
Well,
no, there you go. There you go.
No.
De Zerbi, if you give Ten Hag that Brighton job, he's struggling.
I just understand.
No, come on, man. I think
De Zerbi in Man United right now, he would change Man United.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
I think he's a very good manager. Very passionate. I think he's very.
He's a good manager. Yeah, I get it. He is a good manager. I'm not saying he's a bad manager. I just don't think he's ready for the Liverpool job. I think the Liverpool job is different.
Then why is Xabi Alonso ready for the Liverpool job then?
Because I think a Xabi Alonso, it is just more connections. He literally has exactly the same. Already, he has a similar play style to Liverpool. He has already the similar play style. Does he not? They all use their fullback.
Yeah, all right.
If he came, he could probably bring in like a Grimaldo or Frimpong. They follow him. You know, so they've also got players they can bring in.
Okay.
That works as well. He's played for Liverpool, so he understands Liverpool. He's been in Anfield, so he's already had that pressure at playing at Anfield, at being in that home crowd, you know, to understand what Anfield is like. You know, he understands that. I know he's young, but he's just a good manager. He is a quality. You can already tell I know he's a Bundesliga, but you can tell he's a quality manager.
It's another case of, look, it's destined. It's like the stars have aligned. He won't do well. He won't.
No matter how it goes, it could go right or wrong. But, you know, for either of them.
Right, well, I'm saying De Zerbi. I'm saying
Alonso.
Fine,
you're shaking it.
I'm shaking it. No, okay, before I shake, I want to point out that I do think Alonso will get a job. I think he will get a job.
I think De Zerbi will get a job at another team. I don't think it'll be, you know, I don't think he'll be.
I think Alonso will get the job. So I think, as you said, it seems set up. But don't be surprised if De Zerbi.
What about Ancelotti? Would you put Ancelotti?
No, he's saying Real Madrid.
I don't. Do you? Can I? I don't rate Ancelotti.
No, you've lost the plot, mate. You've lost.
I don't rate him. I mean, he's always.
Mate, what are you?
Why?
Now? Look, mate, this is what I mean. Like, we're slowly just bringing the episode to an end. You come out, you say some
no, but why is that saying crazy to say?
It is rubbish. It's crazy. He is.
Like, don't get me wrong.
Best manager of all time. He's one of the best managers of all time. He's one of the most Champions Leagues.
Yeah, no, he has won a lot, but he's also always had the best.
He's won every title there is.
Yeah,
won the Prem, won the Prem with Chelsea.
He has always had the best teams.
So is Guardiola. You said he's one of the best managers.
No, but Guardiola, true, but Guardiola, No. But Guardiola changes the players. He brings in players and changes them to make.
It doesn't make a difference if you can do what you can at the club. You can win a title. You can win a trophy. However you do it.
I'm sorry, if Zidane can win a Champions League with Real Madrid, anyone can win a Champions League with Real Madrid.
Different settings, though, isn't it?
Huh?
Different settings. Ancelotti hasn't got what Zidane's got to work with.
Ancelotti isn't even first in the La Liga this season.
Oh, what? Because yes, they were. Oh no,
yeah, they won
Barcelona.
last season.
Did they? I think, no, Barcelona.
Oh, no, Barcelona won, didn't they? What
yeah.
The season before that?
Okay,
was that Atletico Madrid?
I can't remember. Mate, you cannot be saying that he's overrated. The Don Carlo is not overrated.
I think he's a little bit. A tiny bit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm not putting him. I'm still not putting him in the top category with other managers. I still think Guardiola's miles better than him. Sir Alex, all them.
Really?
I just think they are above him.
You lost the plot.
He went to Everton. It showed. Look, the proof in the pudding. He went to Everton. You know. And he couldn't do anything there.
No one could do that at Everton, though, because they all got injured.
I'm not saying he had to get champion. I'm not saying he had to win
an unstable club.
Top 4. He could have got top 4.
Oh, mate.
Mate, if you're the best manager in the world, you can go to any club and do it. He couldn't. He literally got one of their worst seasons and put him in FFP. He did it. He did one of the worst things there.
But you've lost the plot. No,
tell me I'm wrong. Did he not go to Everton and he crumbled? Because he couldn't do it with that
This is getting too far. This is getting too far now.
No. Okay. You remember I had a question to ask you before the end of
right. Yeah, go on. We'll finish off.
It's such an interesting question, and you really got to think about it.
Okay, all right, yeah.
About Jurgen Klopp.
Okay, cool.
Is Jurgen Klopp a 10 out of 10 manager?
What do you mean, a 10 out of 10 manager?
Is he a 10 out of 10? If you were to rate Jurgen Klopp out of all the other managers ever, is he 10 out of 10 in comparison?
Well, I mean, there's loads of. I think.
No. You just got to think. Would you rate him 10 out of 10?
No, of course I wouldn't rate him 10 out of 10. I wouldn't rate any manager a 10 out of 10.
What?
I wouldn't rate him.
You wouldn't rate Pep 10 out of 10. You wouldn't rate Sir Alex 10 out of 10.
I'd rather say where would he be amongst my best managers of all time. I'd rather say like that. I don't know how to say
of him. If he's not a 10 out of 10, what's your rating?
He's probably 9, isn't he? Like 9.5. Like he's done.
Okay.
He's definitely up there.
I agree. No, I agree.
I don't know what you define as 10 out of 10. Like, do you know what I mean?
10 out of 10 is perfect. Like the perfect manager. Like, don't get me wrong. He's won everything. He has won everything, but only once he's won everything. You know,
yeah, but
in the time he's been. He's been in Liverpool since 2014. He's only won. I know City have been there, but he's only won the Prem once with the team he's had.
But again, you've got to look at it. You've got to look at what he had to start with. He had Mamadou Sakho.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. What he started with, terrible, but he has made probably one of the best Prem teams.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And he's still only won the Prem once, and he's had that team.
He's just been unfortunate. He's just been unfortunate. Guardiola.
I mean, City have been there. Yeah, it's true. It is true, but at the same time, you know, you still got one of the best. I know City have got a top team, but he still had one of the best teams. I mean, don't get me wrong, City were unbelievable, but they still won Prems without a striker.
Is this you trying to say that you're saying that he's not a 10 out of 10 manager?
Yeah.
Really? Well, okay. To be fair, I
9 out of 10. If I'm going to put anyone 10 out of 10, I say Pep and Sir Alex. You know, they're the 10s. They've won multiple trophies of the same.
Not Don Carlo. He's won many Champions Leagues, many league titles.
I think Klopp's better than him, though.
Oh, that you fucking idiot!
I know there's a trophy thing involved, but I also get, you know, what a manager can do at a club. Klopp done it at Dortmund. You know, they weren't in the best state. He still done it at Dortmund. Done it at Liverpool when they were in their worst state.
The disrespect to Don Carlo is unreal.
Because what Pep and Sir Alex did is they not only had, you know, they did have top players in the world, but they also, you know, made, you know, friendships. You know, he was a top manager, good manager. That's what Klopp did as well. He won trophies at the same time as making players better.
Right.
Pep one of the best at it. Sir Alex one of the best. They won trophies, you know, but you know he doesn't really do that. Ancelotti, he just brings in
Oh, Pat,
He just brings in top players.
What does that even mean? He brings in top players. Like, he doesn't.
It's just
to bring in top players. You've also got to work with them players. You've still got to.
Yeah, but it's a lot easier. Don't get me wrong, you still got to work with it, but it's still a lot easier when you have the best players in the world on your team. I mean, if you don't win a trophy with the best players in the world, I mean, you don't put Zidane up there, do you? As one of the best managers in the world. He's won multiple Champions Leagues. He's won the La Liga.
Yeah, but it was a very.
Okay, why is he not? Why is he not?
Because he's not done it. He did it for how many years?
Well,
Ancelotti has been.
So within those many years, he won about 3 Champions Leagues.
It's been since the 90s. Ancelotti. He's won numerous league titles.
Who's he played for? Can you tell me who's managed? I know he managed Chelsea,
Roma.
Okay, name that Chelsea team at the time, by the way.
What? Czech, Paulo Ferreira. What we had? JT. Ashley Cole, yeah. Anelka, Kalu, Malouda, Drogba. Yeah. But even
one of the best teams of that generation.
Yeah, but still, it doesn't matter. He was Milan, Juventus,
and who built that team for him? Mourinho, right?
It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter who's built it. It doesn't matter he still succeeded.
He has one of the best teams in the world at the moment.
But so is Klopp though.
Klopp has? No, don't get me wrong. No.
But you just said that Klopp is...
No. Realistically, Madrid's got a better team than Liverpool right now. I don't know where you got your mouth.
But that doesn't mean right now. They didn't have 2-3 years ago.
Who? Real Madrid?
Yeah, Liverpool beat them in a final.
Yeah, they beat them, but Real Madrid still had a... Wait,
no,
did they?
No, they didn't beat them.
No, they haven't beat them.
No.
They've lost to them twice, actually.
Who did they beat in the final?
Us.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Sorry.
And they cheated the handball in the second minute.
Hang on. Wait. So Real Madrid beat them twice?
Twice.
Who's manager?
I think Zinedine Zidane.
No, mate. It was Ancelotti, mate.
I don't think
Ancelotti definitely managed the most recent one.
He was manager with Man City, Real Madrid twice. Not, I think Zinedine Zidane.
He's got one.
The bow overhead kick and the thing in the final.
No, it was Madrid and Liverpool in the final, 2021-2022.
Yeah, it was Zinedine Zidane, wasn't it?
Ancelotti, mate. So
was that Ancelotti, that one?
There we go. I'm just gonna put my hands behind my back. And,
okay, can I ask? What was Madrid's team at the time of that? Can you see the lineups? Don't you dare do that.
I can do, yeah.
What was the team lineups of that? I just want to hear it.
Well, it's been Courtois, Alisson. Very even matchup. Right back, Trent. Trent completely overshadows that.
Wait, who's the other right back? Who's Madrid's? Carvajal.
Yeah, I'm gonna look.
Underrated right back. One of the most experienced, best right backs in the world.
Calm down. It's all right. There's no need to get all excited. Let's just calm down a second.
Who's the centre backs at the time?
I'm trying to look at the starting 11, but
can you really not find it? What year was it?
2022. I've got it. Okay, right. So we have Alisson and Courtois. I think they're very even. Very even.
At that time, I think they were both the best in the world.
You'd probably say Alisson gets it though, right?
Mate, they were more or less the same.
Trent and Carvajal.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Trent's unbelievable, but you can't deny Carvajal either.
But you probably say even matchup.
He's very experienced, best.
Even matchup.
Even because Trent's obviously better attackingly, but Carvajal much better defender.
Then you got Canate and Eder Militao. I'd say very even. But but at that time, Eder Militao. At that time, you have to. I'd say it's even.
No, I think
Van Dijk and Alaba.
Yeah,
if you're gonna Robertson and Ferland Mendy. If you're going to say Ferland Mendy, you're a FIFA.
No, it's Robertson. But I'm just thinking of that time because I think that's the season they brought in Ferland Mendy.
Yeah, but still, Robertson's still.
Yeah, Robertson at that time. Yeah.
Midfield: Henderson or Modric.
Wait, sorry, say it.
Right, Modric. Yeah, Fabinho,
Casemiro. Don't even.
Thiago or Toni Kroos, but still quality players.
Still quality players.
Still quality players.
Yeah, but don't.
Okay, so we've got Salah, Valverde.
Well, I don't really put him in the same position. So
but Salah was the best right winger.
No, he's the best right winger in the world, but Valverde's one of the best midfielders in the world. So
he can do it all, though, can't he? He can do it all.
Yeah,
Sadio Mane or Karim Benzema. Very, very even at the time. Very even.
I mean, one did win a Ballon d'Or. So.
Right. Okay. So probably right.
One did win a Ballon d'Or.
Luis Diaz and Vinicius. Probably go Vinicius, right?
Vinicius. Yeah.
So what I'm going to say is that's very even.
Yeah. Now name the bench.
I'm not going to go through the whole bench, but again, I'll say it's very even though.
Don't you even dare! Don't you? Even dare.
It is pretty even.
I'm
not going to go through it, but it doesn't matter though. Like you can't be sitting there going, Ancelotti is.
All I'm proving is he has the best teams in the world. He has it. He had the best midfield in the world.
I don't even know how we've got to this point.
Oh mate.
For your stupid 10 out of 10 question. You're not even saying he's 10 out of 10 anyway.
No, I'm not saying he's 10 out of 10, but I'm just proving that he's better than Ancelotti, though. I'm just saying Ancelotti needs the best teams in the world. Ancelotti can't build off certain teams. He can only build the best team in the world.
Okay, right. We're getting too far. It's getting too far.
No. Let's see what people say, yeah. I think...
You lot, please tell me and Bat who you believe is the better manager, Klopp or Ancelotti. Because you're saying Klopp, yeah. I'm saying Ancelotti, and I can't wait because I know if people say Klopp, they don't know ball. You can't be right. No, they can't be writing off someone who's had nearly 30 years of experience.
Klopp can build a team from scratch and make
30 years of experience of winning league titles, multiple Champions Leagues, the most Champions Leagues.
Ancelotti literally tried to build a team from scratch at Everton and realised he's not good enough
because the owners aren't
good. He had to go back to Real Madrid to win some trophies.
I'm sorry, I must have forgot that Klopp has taken such a difficult job.
Well, Liverpool at the time was a very difficult job. I know he's got a history, but they were in the mud.
Nah,
they were in the mud. You had Leicester winning.
Slightly mudded.
You had Leicester winning the Prem. They were in, and Spurs were in like the top two.
Right. And anyway.
And it's not like they
Coutinho. Van Dijk 80 million.
Yeah, Van Dijk was 80 million. Okay, name the other players.
Right, I don't know, but they got Mane.
They bought for cheap. Firmino for cheap. Mane for cheap.
But it doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter though.
He just brought in the right players for cheap, and they worked out because he understands. He's a good manager. Ancelotti has to go spend 110 million on Bellingham and 200 million on Mbappe, and hope that they play good.
I can't believe this. I cannot believe this.
What?
Right. Anyway. No. Stop. We're going too far. Let us know who you believe is the better manager, Klopp or Ancelotti. I'm saying Ancelotti. The Don Carlo.
All I want people to do is check Ancelotti's career. Yeah. I want you to see the team he had at the time and what he won.
But that's irrelevant. It's irrelevant because you can say the same about Guardiola. You can say the same about Guardiola.
Telling me, if Klopp went to Real Madrid, you're telling me he wouldn't win everything at least 4 or 5 times.
It doesn't matter. You probably could argue, do you know what? He's a very good manager.
No, because if Ancelotti went to Liverpool, he would not have, at that time...
You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know that.
No, I do know because he went to Everton.
You're waffling again. As I've said for the third time now. I've said for the third time.
All we did with Everton was mess them up, put them in FFP,
teach
them, make a load of money, go to Real Madrid, and now look at Everton, they're in a pointed up.
As I said, leave in the comments who you believe is the better manager, the Don Carlo or Jurgen Klopp. And we'll see.
You're such a biased Chelsea fan.
Anyway.
It's better for me because I'm biased. I could go between both of them.
It's all right. Biased. Okay, he's waffling again. Look, he's talking to himself now. He's defeated. Look emotional, mate. Well, we'll be back next week, won't we? We'll be back next week. We'll be back next week. Well, hopefully, Bat's uploaded a few TikToks about this and we'll get some responses. Hope we're gonna round this up now. Actually, we're gonna round this up. As I said, hopefully you can respond to this debate, whether who's better. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. I know Bat hasn't. He looks a bit emotional now.
I've enjoyed it. I'm just upset that you're that stupid.
Cool. And anyway, yeah. So we're gonna round this up again. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Hope you guys can leave some comments to some of our debates, what we've spoken about. Keep smashing up the TikToks. Keep the support up with some of your own debates in the comment section with us, because it does leave us rattled. But more importantly, we'll be back again next week. And we'll see you later.
See you guys.